The first thing I noticed when I pulled this welder out of the box is its tiny size and lightweight. This is a 200 amp inverter welder, and let me move this shadow just a little bit. And that's a lot of bang for such a small package. So primarily this is a as I said, 200 amp, and on 110, which is what I have it plugged into, it'll go to 140. Oops. The second thing you notice about it is that it's completely quiet right now. The fan only comes on when you need it. My big, also 200 amps, but my big AC/DC TIG machine, which costs 5 times more than this, the fan runs all the time, which can get annoying because it's a loud fan, but that's what they need to do, and whoops, that's what they do. If you're starting out in the TIG world, I started TIGging for the first time 50 years ago, and it was on a DC machine, and it was a strike arc TIG hose that hooked up to a DC welder. But modern TIG welding, I learned how to do on big expensive machines. But if you want to teach yourself, which is super easy these days because there's so much on the internet that will show you how. A little DC inverter machine like this is great. You can't weld aluminum with it. You need the AC to do that. But you get one of these and get a bottle of TIG gas and go to town. Something that's really nice about this machine is that it takes full-size quick connects. So a lot of these small inverter machines use the smaller size connections, which are fine, but this is easier because it's more standard if you want to upgrade anything. All the cables and connectors are fine. This is a fine ground clamp compared to some machines I see that have something that looks like came off a battery charger. It's firm, it's got copper connections inside, and good lug, nice flexible heavy cable. The TIG torch is the small size, which is great. So W17, which takes pretty much standard tips and cups, put various tungsten sizes in it. Comes with a nice little selection of consumables. And here you can hear it. It fires off this trigger. The trigger screws in down here. You can get a appropriate foot switch for it pretty easily on eBay, and then you can vary your amperage as you weld. Super simple to use. Get focused in here on the screen. Oops, I've got the plastic on the screen. Let's make it a little sharper. Super simple. You have a button for welding mode, and that just switches between TIG 2T or TIG 4T. 2T is on and off. 4T is on, stays on. Push it again, it'll go off. It's for welding big things. I never use it. But, and then mode, that's for MMA is stick welding. TIG, TIG, back to MMA, leave it on that. your preferences. This machine, you can adjust the downslope of the current. Oops, it goes off. And then you can adjust how long the gas stays on. It's on 2 seconds. Downslope is when you turn it on, when you let go of the trigger, how it slopes, the current comes off slower, not directly. And then the last is in current mode. And you can read about all the different ways to use this machine. But if you want a machine and you don't care about aluminum, and you shouldn't, because aluminum, adding that AC on there for something that you'll use every once in a while, welding aluminum is a lot harder. And, you know, as I mentioned, I've been doing this for a long time, but 90% of what I do is mild steel or stainless steel. Stainless steel is actually easy to TIG, easy to make welds that look nice. But you can also stick weld with this machine, and it's a nice DC welder. Has a decent enough rod clamp on it. So, and I do use my big machine occasionally to stick weld, and you know, plug it into DC or 220. Excuse me. And here's the adapter. Plug your regular 110 into this, and plug this in. That's a 30 amp 220, and it'll run up to 200 amps, which is nice. They always weld nicer on the 220 mode. But anyway, good starter machine. A lot of bang for the buck. So I definitely recommend it. Cheers.
Okay, it's not a bad machine. It comes with a TIG torch, and its width is well over 12 feet. You got about 12 feet TIG torch. That's basically your standard TIG torch. They give you a couple little extra cups and things for your TIG. Comes with it. The only upsetting part is you don't get a regulator for your gas line. You get the gas line for the machine though. So I mean, I guess you got to get that when you get your tank. Right now I have it set up in stick mode on the 220. Or sorry, the 220 outlet. And we can make a demonstration with that. So we're going to weld a fully structural weld. This machine is capable of doing that on 220. So 1/8 70/18 rod. I don't think we need to do a full arc there. Now, get your flag off.
Weld.
You actually get a pretty decent weld out of it. As good as a lot of the professional machines that I use on the job site. And this is actually quite convenient because you're up in a tight spot. I would take something like that.
So we were just running it, not with the adapter, but we were running it to this 220 volt. So that was the result before, and now we're going to demonstrate. So earlier we did the 240 volt test. Now that we're doing the
115.
115, 120.
The other one was
Yeah,
220.
220. Okay.
That blue breaker. As long as we don't blow the
See,
battery
before it
thing
was
apart.
So before it was 220 volts. Now it's like 115. This is running off Delta 2 Pro. So that's the setup right there. So we're gonna try again. Hopefully it doesn't break.
Trip any fuse.
Yes.
We'll trip it.
Oh, but it came back to life?
It'll come back on its own. So obviously we're not going to be able to burn hot enough
So you gotta reduce it?
at 120. So I have to turn it down. And we'll just run a smaller rod. So I'll drop it to 90 and see what happens. Around 90, 95 is good for a 3/32.
Okay.
So 1/8 rod is too hot at the 115. So mind you, this isn't so bad because I know the Lincoln machines at 115 aren't very good either. Like, and that's a comparable machine to this. It's like a $500 machine at Canadian Tire. So. Cold.
Oh. It spiked to 1.47 kilowatts. So that's, I think
I
that's,
just turn it up a bit. The rod's a little cold. As you can see,
tripped it.
it's a little cold and it's drawing too much. Ideally, the machine doesn't work too well in the 115 setup, but most don't. Not very reliable. However, 220 is great. I can weld a structural weld with it in 220. So, I mean, if you're looking at an actual portable professional one, that's the Rodimus systems, and they're like cordless, and they're over $6,000. And this comparing at 350 or whatever it is, 375. Works great for someone at home or a small job here or there. It may not do what we want it to do either. It's cold, and as you can see, the rod stuck before I even got an arc. The machine just shut off. So that's at the 110. For the 115 volts system is not
not the best.
you're not gonna be able to do any decent work out of it. But 220 it works fine.